back, legends. I hope you're all fantastic. We're checking out the Blackmagic Mark II from Crazy Tube Circuits in Greece. This is a high gain amp in a box with a foot switchable gain, volume, or gain and volume boost, 3-band EQ, presence, gain control, a main volume control, and then your selectable, switchable volume boost on there. I'm using my PRS Custom 24 with a Duncan Jazz and JB set. I'm using the Synergy TDLX module together with a Synergy Syn 5050, Marshall cab with greenbacks, Sennheiser MD421, doing a little bit of post EQ in the DAW with FabFilter Pro Q3. Here is the clean sound. Let's get straight into it with this. Let's kick it in. You can see the settings that I've got, and I'm just going to twist some knobs, and I want to kind of just see how filthy and disgusting this thing can get. Okay, I am really impressed by how well that cleans up just there, switching back to that kind of position 2 on this guitar from the bridge humbucker. That's cool. That's very amp-like. Check it out. I'll start with the volume low and bring it up again. That is doing the thing very nicely. What I'll do is I'll bring the gain back down a bit. Let's do ultimate bedroom guitarist settings and pull the mids all the way out. We'll see just how kind of mid-scoopy we can get this. I might bring the presence out as well. I'll leave the bass and treble just above noon, and I'll slowly bring the mid-range in until it's resembling something somewhat musical. That actually feels pretty good under the fingers as well. The presence control is pretty interesting the way it's interacting with the treble. If I pull it all the way out, you can see that I don't have quite enough bite. But it feels very squishy and, dare I say, like British. If I bring it all the way up, it changes the attack a little bit. I get a lot more bite. Sounds like there's a faster attack and it's a little bit more like American or more like a boogie. And that mid control is interesting there. Basically, everything past noon starts to sound really, again, kind of British and martially. And it actually doesn't sound too bad with it down, which a lot of the time, bringing the mids on a distortion pedal lower than noon is normally a recipe for disaster. I reckon if you ran this into a really high gain thing, you might get like a kind of HM2 style grind thing as well. Let's put a pin in that and come back to it. But what I want to actually do is try this as a preamp just straight into the Synergy power amp. So let me do some rewiring, and thanks to the magic of television, we can try that out. Okay, this is interesting now, just going straight into the Synergy power amp, using this as a preamp, and we haven't shown off the volume boost or the gain boost yet, but this is part of the reason I want to do that, because I think you'll hear it a lot more using it as a preamp. Let's just start with everything basically at noon, except for the gain and the volume. And what I'm going to do is just kind of get my core EQ sound right. Then I'm going to start off with this switch all the way up just so we can have a gain boost on top of that. Check this out as a standalone preamp. That's pretty cool. That sounds and feels like a tube preamp. I really, really like that. Dare I say, I actually like that better than running it into a preamp module in a power amp or a traditional amp. So let's check this out. You can just have a volume boost if you want on there. So we have this separate volume boost knob. I'll bring that in. This would be something if you were using this like a preamp or into a really clean amp, you could use to kick your solos up in level, or you can have volume and gain. So that's what I would use. I'm louder and I have more gain, more cheat codes. Okay, you heard it there just for volume. That's really effective. Let's try volume and gain. You gotta be kind of careful with this one because it can get really, really loud really quickly. So I'll start with it with just my kind of core tone, my preamp tone, and then I'll give it more gain and more boost. I guess the advantage of something like this, because it is so compact and because it's got the foot switch built in there, unlike say a rack mount preamp, sure it doesn't have tubes, but it sounds really, really amp-like, and you got the built-in boost functionality in there. So I am pretty impressed with this as just a kind of standalone preamp pedal, and not necessarily for the super tight chug-a-chug stuff, just for the kind of like big, thick and creamy, I guess, more old school amp tones there. I like that this has a lot of low end that doesn't just totally fall apart like some kind of weird fuzz. I like that there's plenty of mid-range on tap, so it doesn't just kind of sound like a scooped mess. And I really like the volume and gain boost because, like I said, I'm louder and I got more gain. So if I'm playing a solo, I can cut through and it's easier to play. Don't have too much more to say about this other than I'm going to play you all out by running this into a higher gain module and then putting this on top and just see if we can get some kind of, 90s Swedish death metal grind. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for Crazy Tube Circuits for sending this one out for me to demo. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what you thought about this particular pedal in the comments as well. And yeah, I'll grind you all out. Let's do it.